Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for our class today. My name is Colleen. I'm with Shine On Yoga. I have Fritz here. Here comes Sam. Everyone just coming to say hi. And so we'll say hi to them. If you guys have any pets, they're welcome to join too. So I don't know about you, but it has been super crazy this last week. Lots of frustration, lots of just angering things. And so today I thought we would do just a nice chill practice where we can just release some of that tension, stretch everything out, clear our minds, so that way we can go back and tackle whatever it is we need to tackle. So if you haven't practiced with me before, you don't need any props, but if you'd like to get some props or have props around to use, I would recommend blocks, bolsters, blankets, anything like that. And if you don't have any of those things, don't worry, you don't necessarily need them. I'll give you some just different options as we go through. But today we're going to start out just in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seat. So whatever that looks like for you, it may not look exactly like mine, and that is okay. If you'd like to sit up on something, you're more than welcome to, like a block or a bolster or even a blanket. You can sit up on those. Sometimes having the hips above the knees makes it a little bit more comfy on your knees. So if your knees are not feeling great in this position, sit up on something and see if that makes a difference. So we're going to drop our pin here and just start to breathe and to feel into the practice. Thank you for the hearts on the live. I really appreciate it. And we're just going to start out by taking some nice deep breaths. Nice big full inhales and exhales. Fritz is not being a good example of that as he pants. If your jaw is tight, start to loosen up the jaw. Relax the muscles in your face. If you have a friend practicing with you, like I do, that wants some pets, you can give them a little pet. Let your shoulder blades, let them just grow heavy. Let those shoulders grow heavy. Let those shoulder blades melt down your back. And if it feels safe in your body, you can close down the eyes. If it does not, then just soften your gaze. So as we're sitting here and just taking a few moments to breathe and to practice being calm, I do want to read the card that I pulled today. And it is Ant Spirit, like a little ant. And its message is that it's time to collaborate. When Ant Spirit comes to visit, it's time to celebrate the benefits of working in a partnership with others as part of a community or tribe. Spirit reminds you that to build your dream, you need to work with others, accept help, and trust in your most important partnership, the one you have with Spirit. Your intentions will come to fruition if you remain awake and focused on co-creating your reality with others and with Spirit. Remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline like meditation or yoga to keep you on track as you build the life you desire. Connecting with others and having accountability partners can be very helpful, as it's unlikely that everyone will fall asleep at the same time. If you follow me on the fitness side of TikTok, you know we show up and we do our workouts. It keeps us accountable. Shout out CYO. The other message Ant Spirit holds is that you are now at an auspicious time to ask for help and receive it. Whether you need help assembling a team, finding a new tribe, or requesting assistance from others who are there for you. Everything is working to support you right now. That is a great message. I hope I get lots of help and answers on all the emails I sent today. Let's keep on taking some nice big breaths. Let's go ahead and do one more big inhale together. Filling up the lungs, filling up the belly, feeling everything expand. And when you're ready, nice, long, extended exhale through the mouth or the nose. If your eyes are still closed, you can blink them open. Welcome back to the room around you guys. And we're going to start moving. We're going to move really gentle. It's going to be really slow. Again, thank you so much for the hearts on the live. So we're going to start warming up our back a little bit, moving into a little bit of a twist. So we're just going to take our left hand, right knee, right fingers are going to come behind us just as a prop. So I'm just propping it up behind me. On an inhale, sit up nice and straight and tall, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. Now I'm not using this left hand to pull myself into the twist. It's just there for support. So inhale, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Exhale, maybe come into that twist a little bit more. And then we're just going to hold and breathe here for a moment. And then after your next exhale, we'll return to center. Take a breath or two here. Compare both sides. See how you're feeling. Notice any subtle differences. Then when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. Right hand to left knee. Left fingertips are going to come around behind. Inhale, we'll sit up nice and straight and tall. And then exhale, we'll journey into that twist, looking over towards the left. Inhale, maybe you sit up a little taller. And then exhale, maybe you journey a little bit further into that twist. Again, just listening to your body, continue to breathe. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll let it go. Come back to center. Take a breath, shake it out, see how you feel. All right, let's go ahead and move to all fours to a nice tabletop position. Again, if you have cranky knees, make sure to pad them or put something underneath them. A blanket is great. You can always fold it up and use that underneath your knees. Or my mat's kind of thin, but it's still all right for me. But if you have a mat similar, you might want to double up a little bit. All right, so in our nice tabletop position, knees underneath hip points, hands underneath your shoulder, everything in a nice straight line from head to tail through your spine. And we're going to continue just warming up our spine, working through some spinal flexion. So one of my favorites to do that is cat-cow. If you know cat-cow, take it away. If you don't, we're going to walk through it together. So on an inhale, we're going to drop those lower ribs. We're going to lift our chest, looking forward, lifting our tail, letting those lower ribs sink down low. Cow pose. Imagine a cow with its udders dropping down. As we exhale, we're going to round through the spine. We're going to tuck the head, tuck the tail, really press away from the mat. Imagine you're like a black Halloween cat arching its back. Cat pose. Inhale, we'll reverse it, coming into a cow pose. Hi, Sam. Exhaling, rounding into cat. Go ahead and do a few more of these just on your own inhales and exhales. Really feeling into this motion. And if you have any sticky points, anywhere that feels like you could breathe into it, or maybe this length in the front body feels really good, so you stay a few extra breaths, that's okay. Again, listen to your body. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Let's go ahead and do one more round. And then we'll exhale, reversing into cat. And then after your next cat pose, go ahead and bring it to stillness. Take your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, we'll look forward. Exhale, sit those hips back towards your heels. Walk our fingertips forward. We're going to melt our head and our chest and our heart down to the mat, coming into extended child's pose. Take a moment here to breathe, to feel that stretch in your armpits and then your back. Now, after a few breaths in this child pose, we're going to snake ourselves forward and come to lie on our belly. So go ahead and just lift yourself forward, come to lie on your belly. Bring your feet in line and your legs in line with your hips. Tops of the feet on the mat, pressing into your mat. And then you're going to take your hands, they're going to come in underneath your shoulders. Tuck those elbows into the sides of your body. And on your next inhale, we're going to slowly lift our forehead up, looking forward, coming into a little baby cobra. Take a few breaths here. Just warming up our upper back. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll lower our forehead back down to the mat. Now, when you're ready, we're going to replace our hands with our elbows. And bring your elbows into like a parallel train tracks, 2 straight lines. Number 11. From here, go ahead and tuck those toes under. We're going to lift up, come onto your knees, like we're going into our tabletop position. Leave your hands where they are. Now you might need to walk your heels or your legs back, and if you do, that's okay. But what we want to do is we want to bring our chest and our forehead down to the mat, coming into like a puppy. We're coming into puppy pose. So imagine when puppies play and they stick their butt in the air and they're down low. That's what we're doing. This is a huge opener in your armpits, chest area. So take a moment to breathe. Let's take one more big inhale here. And on the exhale, go ahead and lift forward. Maybe walk those knees in a little bit. We're going to come up to our hands. Now, if your hands are directly under your shoulders, make sure you walk them just one handprint out so they're not directly under. We'll tuck these toes under, take a breath, and then exhale. We're going to lift our hips up and back, straighten through the legs, let those heels grow heavy, press away from the mat. Really feel that stretch through your back body. Take a few moments here to breathe. You can shake your head yes, you can shake it no. Maybe do, maybe so. Take a moment here. Let it all go. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and set the knees down. Go ahead and come back to your tabletop position. And we're going to go ahead and bring our knees wide again, big toes to touch. Again, thank you so much for the hearts. So kind of like we're going back into that extended child's pose, but we're going to move into a little bit of a twist. So bring your right hand towards your center line, a little bit more towards the center of the mat. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to pull it across our chest on an inhale. Lift that arm up to the sky. Breathe. And then exhale, we're going to start to thread the needle, bringing that left hand underneath our right, coming onto the outer edge of that shoulder, onto our left ear, in this little thread the needle pose. Take a few moments here to breathe, feeling that stretch again through the upper back body. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll return back to center. And we're going to replace our hands. So left hand towards the center of the mat. On an inhale, we're going to raise our right hand to the sky. And then on the exhale, we'll thread that right hand underneath the left, coming onto that left ear, the outer edge of our left shoulder, in this little thread the needle pose. Take a few moments here to breathe. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll press ourselves back up to that tabletop position. Go ahead and bring your knees in line with the hips. And from here, we'll stretch our right leg out long and away. I'm going to walk forward on my mat a little bit here. And then you might just want to rock it a little front and back, a little sawing motion, getting some movement in the calf muscle, feeling a little stretch in your foot. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, we'll lift that right foot up, keep the toes dialed down, and we're just going to step that right foot in between our hands, coming into a nice slow lunge. Now you might need to walk that right foot back, your left foot back a little bit. But what we want to do is on our front foot, this right foot, we want a nice 90-degree angle. And when you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, press that right knee out towards the side a little bit. From here, we also want to keep our chest nice and lifted. So if you need to use blocks here, this is a perfect opportunity to use blocks. If you don't have blocks, just come up a little bit higher. You can just rest your hands on your thigh. So choose your option. Make sure you're breathing here. Pull that right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. We'll take a moment here just to stretch out our legs. It was leg day for me, so my legs are super tight. So this feels really good. Let's take one more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to shift our hips back. Let's walk our fingertips back. Peel that right foot up off the mat. Keep the heel on the floor, and we're coming into a little hamstring stretch. So you're going to feel that in the back of your right hamstring. Again, keep your chest nice and lifted. Take some nice big breaths here. One more breath. And exhale, we'll walk it back forward. But from here, walk your right foot all the way to the left side of your mat, and then you can come on the outer edge of it, moving into pigeon. So try and get a nice 90-degree angle with your front leg. You can't, it's okay if it comes in a little bit. And then this back leg can be straightened like mine, but if it feels better, you can come into more of a 90-90 position. All right, so for the front of the body, not the lower half, but the upper half, you can either be up, chest nice and lifted, or you can come down to your forearms, or maybe you come down all the way to your hands. So yogi's choice, go ahead and pick your option, and we'll take a second here to breathe in our pigeon pose. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, we'll rise back up and return to a nice tabletop position. Take a breath, compare your sides, compare both legs, see if you notice any differences. And then when you're ready, we'll move to the other side. So we'll stretch our left leg out long and away. I'm gonna move up here a little bit more. And then we'll just rock back and forth, feeling a nice stretch in our foot, in our leg. Breathe here. And when you're ready, we'll bring that to stillness. Let's bring our left foot in between our knees. We'll set up for our low lunge on the opposite side. So again, you can use props here if you'd like. If you don't have props, rise up a little bit higher. Take a few breaths. Pull that left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. One more big inhale. And then exhale. We'll shift our hips back. Walk those hands back. Peel the left foot up off the floor, coming into a little hamstring stretch on the other side. Keep breathing here. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll walk it back forward. All right, let's walk our left foot all the way over to the right side. We'll go ahead and come on the side of that leg. Again, your back leg can be straightened, or you can go into a 90-90. Chest either lifted, or we can sink it down coming into our pigeon pose. Take a few breaths here. All right, after a few moments of breathing here into that outer hip, we'll go ahead and rise up. If you are lower, down onto your forearms, go ahead and come back to all fours. We'll swing our legs around in front of us and stretch them out long and away. Now I'm going to take a pause here and take a drink of water. If you notice in some of those poses, my feet, I had them tucked when I said to not tuck them. That's because I was having a foot cramp, because I need to drink more water. So make sure you're staying hydrated, make sure you're drinking water. All right, so hopefully that's better. All right. We are going to, this is another pose we're going to go into, just to stretch out the back of our legs. If you would like to use a bolster or a blanket or a pillow or anything like that to bring your legs closer up to you, that's more than fine. Definitely do that. If you don't have any of those things, but you find this pose difficult, bend your knees as generously as you'd like. So let's all start out with our knees bent, heels on the floor. And on an inhale, we're going to reach up towards the sky, feeling that nice stretch in our back. And then on the exhale, start to shift forward to reach your feet. And you can grab the outer edges of the feet, the toes, maybe you reach the ankles, maybe you just reach the back of your legs. So wherever you end up at, that is fine. Stay there. If you're here and you want a little more, you can stretch one leg out long and away, and then the other. You want to try and keep as much length in your back as you can as you bring your nose towards your knees, feeling that nice big stretch in your back body, in those hamstrings, lower back. And again, even if you're here with straight legs and you can only come to your ankles or maybe just here, that's okay. Go to where it feels good to you today. We'll take some nice big breaths here. Breathe. When you're ready, we're gonna rise all the way up back into a seated position. I'm gonna come to face you guys because we're gonna go into something called cobbler's pose. Now in cobbler's pose, we're gonna bring the soles of our feet together, letting the knees fall out wide and away from us. Now, my hips are super open. If this pose seems absolutely crazy to you and you're like, that's not gonna happen, you can use blocks or just anything that brings the ground up to you, and you can place them underneath your knees. If you don't have blocks, if you don't have anything around, you can just take your heels away from your midsection, and that'll be a little bit gentler on your legs. So choose your option. We're gonna sit up nice and straight and tall. Take a nice big breath here. And then exhale, let it go. Now you can stay seated upright if this feels good to you. You can give yourself a little foot massage, or if you want a little bit more, you can walk your hands down to the mat, your forearms. You can also come all the way down to your hands, use them as a little pillow, smell your feet. Whatever works well for you. Take a few deep breaths here. For a few nice full breaths, we'll go ahead and return back to our upright position. I'm going to go ahead and turn the long way onto my mat. You can come along with me. And I'm just going to bring my knees to my chest. Give myself a little hug. If you'd like to roll around on your mat, maybe feel any crunching or crinkling in the back, you can. Take a few breaths here. All right, after a few moments of just giving yourself a nice big hug, we'll release the feet to the mat, keep the knees bent, and we're going to lift our left foot up towards the sky. You can flex and point a few times if you'd like. And we're just going to cross that left ankle over our right knee. Now maybe you want to stay there. If you'd like a little bit more, you can bring that right leg up, keep it at a nice 90-degree angle. If you'd like a little more, you can take your hands, thread through your legs, and hold on to the back of your thigh. Or you can come around to the top of your shin to pull in a little bit further. You're going to feel a nice big stretch on the outer hip of that opposite leg, the one that's crossing. So go to where it feels good to you. We'll take a few minutes here to breathe, or a few seconds here to breathe, a few breaths. And when you're ready, we'll set the right foot down, but we're going to cross our left leg all the way over our right. Press into that right foot, lift those hips over towards the left, and then we're going to let both of the legs fall down over towards the right. So we're getting a nice little twist here. You can bring your hands out to a T. You could cactus them. I'm going to pet Fritz here. We're going to take a few moments here just to breathe. When you're ready, we'll return to center. We'll uncross the legs, let your left foot fall to the mat, and then we'll lift our right foot up. Again, you can point and flex it a few times if you'd like. When you're ready, we'll cross that right leg over our left knee, and then from here, you can either stay, you can lift it up, you can grab behind the thigh, or around your shin. Wherever it feels good to you. We'll take a moment here to breathe, feeling that nice stretch on our outer hip. ready, we'll release our left foot to the mat. Go ahead and cross the right foot all the way over. Really press into the left foot as you adjust your hips over to the right, and then we'll let our legs fall over to the left, feeling that nice stretch. And just breathe here. Right, we're going to reverse out of this twist. So go ahead and come back to center, uncross the legs. We're going to bring the knees, or our feet as wide as the mat. Once again, we've done this a few times. But this time we're going to let the knees fall in together, so that way our legs are resting on each other. From here, just snuggle those shoulder blades behind your heart center, behind your back body. Hands can be resting on the belly, on your ribs. You can stretch them out wide. Whatever you want to do with your hands is fine. This is our final pose for today. This is constructive rest pose. So we're going to take a few minutes just to breathe as we close out of our practice. Take a few moments here to give yourself and your body gratitude for showing up today, for doing this practice, and just be grateful that your body can move and is able to move. Now I am going to go quiet for a moment just to allow you some time to just relax and to sit with yourself, but know that I am here, I am holding space for you, and I will guide you out of this final posture momentarily. If you would like to stay in this constructive rest pose, then stay as long as time allows. If you need to continue on with your day, then slowly start to deepen your breaths. If you feel ready, walk your legs or your knees in line with your hip points. And whenever you feel ready, go ahead and roll over to your favorite side. Come into a little fetal position. Stay there for just a moment, taking a few deep breaths as you reintegrate into the room around you. And as soon as you feel ready, go ahead and return to a nice comfortable seat. Bring your head and neck up last. If your eyes are closed, you can start to blink them back open to take in your surroundings. So welcome back. I hope you found that practice beneficial. I hope you feel a little bit more calm and it helps you to keep calm throughout your day. I know right now things are crazy for, I think, just about everyone. So just keep taking care of yourself. Keep focusing on you and your practices that keep you mindful and in a good headspace. It's super important. Mental health is extremely important. Make sure to stay hydrated. Make sure to rest and to take care of yourself. You can always come back to this practice. For those on the live that are new here, I do have a channel on YouTube. It's called Shine On Yoga. The link for that is in my bio. And that is where I house all of the practices I've ever done. Usually I put them up the week after I do them, so beginning early next week, this practice will be up. But you're more than welcome to check out that YouTube channel and go through any of the practices. There's different lengths and types. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. Those of you watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me and selecting this practice. I hope you found it beneficial. If there's anything you'd like to work on, please leave a comment and let me know. And I like to try and work in different poses or different maybe body parts that you'd like to work on. Let me know, and we'll see what we can do to incorporate those in there. Also, if you enjoyed this practice, make sure to like, and you can also share the video if you think anyone else would find it beneficial. And then if you'd like to know when these practices come out, you can always subscribe, and that way you'll get notified as soon as I put them out. Again, it's usually the beginning of the week, Sunday, sometimes Monday, depends on the week, but I try and get them out there. But I want to thank you guys so much again for joining me, either live or on the replay. I will be back next week with a brand new practice, so I hope that I will see you then. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste. Bye. You want to come say bye, Fritz? You want to say bye? Say bye. Bye.